Hello and welcome to Coffee Break Outdoor TV. In this episode of Coffee Break, I'm testing a lightweight titanium stove as well as a tarp designed with a built-in stove jack. Sometimes camping setup can be too heavy and complicated, so it's nice to have a simple and lightweight option. I have this nice fast fold titanium stove from Winterwell. You can put it in your backpack. It's not heavy at all, 3 kilos or whatever. And then I have this North Tent tarp, which has already built in this stove jack, and it's also the material is also fire protected, or what you can call it, flame protected. So just grab a cup of coffee and let me tell you about the day when I went out to try this setup for the first time. And this video is, by the way, not sponsored by those two brands or anything like that. Today I just went out in the forest. I guess it was just to please my inner child or something like that. Or maybe it's a little bit childish, but I really love the new fallen snow and that calm there is in the forest while the snow is falling. I just found a good place between two trees with a nice view. I guess the distance between the trees was around 3 to 4 meters. The brand of the tarp is a North Tent. It's produced by a Norwegian company and it's very rugged and solid and very lightweight. The stove is a titanium stove from Winterwell. It's also a very lightweight stove. It's less than 3 kilos. As I'm really enjoying glamping life, I also have this need for a more light setup. It's like you don't wanna have those big setups every time that's so heavy duty, and like a big steel stove and a big tent in cotton and stuff like that. So if you want to go more light, you want everything in a backpack, including the wood you want to burn, then this setup is just perfect. The tarp is made out of a lightweight ripstop, but it has a built-in stove jack so you can mount your titanium stove straight into the tarp. I found it necessary to install guidelines on the chimney pipe just to make sure that it has support all the way up. As you can see, the stovepipe is colored because it has been burned in before. Folding the sheet that is used for the pipe is way easier when it has been burned once. I would recommend you to watch the video of how I burned in my titanium stove. If you are more into the bigger setup with the TV, I would recommend you to watch some of the video with the steel stove and the big cotton TV. As you can see, the stove is very light, and that's also why those guidelines are come in handy. I brought some compressed wood to burn this time. I just plan to do a coffee and some soup later. And I also really just want to enjoy just sitting here, so it's not like I want out using time finding a tree, chopping wood and stuff like that. And then I decide to secure the stove a little bit better. It's actually start getting dark, and it's not so easy to see on those footage here. And it's also cold, the wind start pick up, and I really want to make some warm coffee. Damn, it's really cozy to sit here and making a coffee and feel the heat from the stove, and at the same time watching the wind and the snow outside. A good friend of mine just passed by. He was out with the dog, so I asked him if he wanted a cup of coffee. You can use this tarp in many ways. As I'm using it right now, it's just like a shelter, but it can also be folded down like a more typical tent. I think I used around a half hour to make this setup, and also it took around a half hour to tear it down again and pack it in the backpack. Maybe in time I will be faster, but right now I think that's realistic. I will call this kind of setup like a primitive glamping setup. It's not like a survival setup or anything like that, but it's pretty cozy and I really enjoy it. Thank you for joining me on this little camping adventure. I hope you enjoyed this look into the lightweight camping setup. And please check out some of my other videos. The next video I have done it's where I meet my brother. So stay tuned for a way longer episode next time.